Dementia is such a cruel disease, but let's be clear, it is not simply part of getting old, and yet too often it is treated as though it is inevitable. In my constituency of Mid Dorset and North Poole, the number of people living with dementia is nearly 40% higher than the national average. 1 in every 45 adults of all ages has been diagnosed, and we know the true number is even higher when we include those not diagnosed. Family members who provide such amazing care are relying so heavily on community groups like Stepping Stones, led by my predecessor and good friend Dame Annette Brooke, their tea with jigsaws and their tea dances providing moments of joy, and the Leonardo Trust providing grants for unpaid carers. And I want to thank the fantastic work of the East Dorset Museum, who recruited residents to crochet over 8,000 forget-me-nots, which decorated the town of Wimborne last month. Neurological conditions like dementia are the leading cause of illness globally, and as our population ages, the challenge will only grow. But dementia is not just a disease of old age. Some of the most heartbreaking cases are among younger people. A neighbour of mine in Broadstone, proud veteran, builder, father, was diagnosed in his early 50s. I watched him go from walking past our house without recognising us, to needing a carer by his side, to now living full-time in a care home. His daughters, who once played with mine, will never have their father walk them down the aisle. His wife will never share the retirement they dreamed of. And that's why I did not hesitate to become a dementia research champion. Because if we don't understand how the brain works and how to stop it from failing, then we don't get the benefits of extended life expectancy. And today, the Daily Mirror has reported over 100 new drugs are in development to halt dementia. Scientists saying we are at the start of a journey to a cure. Of these drugs, 86% could halt or reverse the disease. But research alone is not enough, and we must transform the care that we give. Like other members, my constituents are facing a battle just to get the care they need. Andrew was told that his wife Tricia didn't qualify for NHS continuing health care because it did not meet the NHS-funded nursing criteria of being short-term or optimum potential, despite changing on a daily basis. The council eventually stepped in, but not until Andrew himself had become ill. Why is nursing care not being picked up by the NHS? Surely that's what it's for. Another constituent, Emma Jane, told me about her mother, who has dementia, paranoia and has become abusive. Her father, who had protected his family for so long, once spent the night in a park just to escape. Yet a social worker decided that her mother could not go into care home because her mother had wanted to stay at home, despite acknowledging that she lacked the capacity to make the decision. And after accessing respite care when the family reached crisis, Emma Jane is now funding care privately while she battles the council because her father simply can't cope. This is intolerable. Families are breaking, councils are overwhelmed, and Kevin wrote to me about his Aunt Jean, now 92, who entered a care home 8 years ago. The family home is gone, the money is gone, the council must step in. But the care home fees are nearly double the local authority cap. And even with Jean's pension and a discount from the care company, there's a £300 a week shortfall, leaving the family to choose between paying out of their own pocket or moving her from the place she's called home for nearly a decade. To put it into perspective, the cost of caring for Jean for 1 year after her pension contribution is equivalent to the total annual council tax of 24 households. If every dementia patient in my constituency needed council tax funded care, it would consume the council tax of 43,000 homes, and I only have 44,000 in the whole constituency. Madam Deputy Speaker, we must act, we must invest in research, we must support carers, and we must reform how we fund and deliver care, and I call on the Minister to push for faster progress on the Casey report. There is no choice, the cost of inaction is too high for our families, our communities and our country.